Hello, everyone. Welcome to our monthly online open day. My name is Malika. I'm the International Student Recruitment Officer, and today we will provide and will conduct this event for you. Today, I will present you the information about the Nazarbayev University, about the entry requirements, I will tell you, and also I will take the interview from our professor and student, and at the end we have the representative of our admissions office who will answer your questions. So don't forget to put your questions to our chat, and we're starting with our presentation. So, Nazarbayev University was established in 2010, and we are in the international ranking named Times Higher Education. We're in top 400, according to this ranking, around the world universities, and we are number one according to the Times Higher Education in Central Asia and Caucasus countries, and number four in CIS countries. We also entered to the Shanghai ranking by subjects, and we are top 300 among the telecommunication and engineering subjects, and the top in 400 the education subject. So Nazarbayev University has the following partners, as you can see in the slide: the Duke University, Pennsylvania University, National University of Singapore, Tsinghua University, Seoul National University, Colorado School of Mines, and the University of Pittsburgh are our strategic partners. These strategic partners helped us to create the programs at the beginning when university was established. So, and so considering the accreditations, we have the international accreditations in Nazarbayev University. Our programs are accredited, such, for example, the Graduate School of Business has the two accreditation, the accreditation of AMBA and Business Graduate Association accredited. And also our foundation program also has the accreditation of BALIP, British Association of Lecturers in English, and our Graduate School of Public Policy also accredited by NASPA accreditation organization and also European Association of Public Administration. Nazarbayev University itself is entered to the accreditation of the quality assurance agency for higher education of United Kingdom. And also we are the part of the World Federation for the medical education. So, did you know that the education in Nazarbayev University is in English? So the main language of instruction is English language. You don't need to study, you don't need to learn the Russian or Kazakh language in order to study in Nazarbayev University, because we have very international community, and our faculty members, 70% of our faculty members are international, and they come in from 62 countries all over the world. And also we have more than 80 academic programs in Nazarbayev University. And we have a campus that has it all. We have everything: the library, and also we have our huge dormitories buildings. The minimum price for living in the dormitory per semester is about $40. So, and also we have more than 270 laboratories, not only for students, but we have the research laboratories for faculty members also, because Nazarbayev University is a research university. And we have our athletic center and sports center. Uh, so here you can see some pictures of library and dormitory. We can skip that because it will show you the video of our campus. And also we're going to, so we have all the facilities. We have kitchens, laundry, security, grocery, everything in our campus, and it's like a student city where you can live. Also, we have academic mobility programs. We have more than 30, around 40 universities that we are working with on academic mobility. It means our students has a good opportunity to study abroad for one semester or two semesters. by exchange program. So and from the second course, they can choose the university and study there for to go there for their experience. Also, regarding the our employment rate, our 98% of graduates are successfully employed. We have 98% of employment rate in international. Majority of our graduates and alumni, they work in international companies. And also we have the graduates who continue their education, graduate education, in top universities all over the world, in such universities like Oxford, MIT, Cambridge, and the Stanford University, and top universities. So it means that Nazarbayev University give the international standard of education, and you have the great opportunity. The applicants, our students, has the good opportunity to go abroad, to study, continue their study, or to work in international companies. And we have foundation program regarding the admission requirements for foundation program. In order to apply, this is 1 year program where our students, they study the professional academic English, and this is a good opportunity for them to study in English, of course. So foundation program helps students to adapt after the school, and it's really optional. It's very useful but optional. Majority of students, they can directly study on undergraduate program. So we can see here that in order to apply, we have regular admission for tuition fee studies and financial aid and scholarships. And Nazarbayev University provides 100% scholarships for international students. Priority are given to CIS countries like Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, also Russian, and also our neighbors countries, China, and also priority is given to India. For these countries are really useful, so they can apply here, and the priority will be given to the citizens of these countries. So next we have here, according to the minimum requirements, we can realize if the education language is English, it's necessary to apply through the language test, IELTS or TOEFL. Minimum IELTS for foundation should be 5.5. So, and the second, the students who are applying for tuition fees, they provide their GPA results, and GPA should be 3.5 out of 5. But if they consider the scholarship, if you are considering the financial aid and scholarship, the full scholarship that we have, it's necessary for our applicants to submit two exams. First, language test, this is the same IELTS or TOEFL, and the second one is a subject test, SAT. Or we have the categories. So for foundation, it's necessary to choose the SAT subject in order to apply for the scholarships. So if we consider the for our programs, we can realize that we have our about 8 schools in Nazarbayev University, this Center of Preparatory Study that provides the foundation program. We have the School of Engineering, Digital Science that provides the engineering and computer science, robotics, and AI majors. We have the School of Medicine that provides the medicine and the 4 years undergraduate programs of medicine, 6 years undergraduate programs of medicine, which include the undergraduate degree and Doctor of Medicine. So our 6 years undergraduate program of School of Medicine includes 2 degrees. Undergraduate and Doctor of Medicine. After graduating the 6 years programs, they can study on the residency program. And we have School of Science and Humanities, we have School of Education, Graduate School of Education, we have Graduate School of Business, Graduate School of Public Policy also. And as I mentioned, regarding the tuition fees, we have a Bicon and Bio scholarship that already I have mentioned. And regarding the undergraduate programs, so you can see here on the slide the more majors that I already have mentioned. And we are going to the admissions requirements for undergraduate programs. Regarding the admissions requirements, here you can consider that the IELTS results should be 6.0 minimum in order to apply for tuition fee, and the same for the scholarship, but it's the minimum one. And also, if you're applying for tuition fees, the GPA should be 4.0 out of 5. And if you are considering the scholarship, you have options to choose. We can consider SAT results exams. That minimum SAT is 1240 for the undergraduate, to apply to the undergraduate program. And also we are considering ACT, and you have an option to choose the category. If you don't want to choose SAT or ACT, you can apply by IB diploma if your school provides IB diploma, or through the A level, or if you are the international Olympiad winner, you can also be considered for the scholarships. So, and now we are moving to the next slide about the admission requirements. Here you can see all the necessary categories, and we are going to the deadlines. As you can see, the application deadlines for international students starts from, so we're starting the application period opens usually in September every year, the end of September or the beginning of the October. And for the scholarships and for tuition fees, the deadlines are quite different. So if you're applying for the scholarship for this year, you still have time until January for January 28th. So if you would like to be considered for the scholarship, for tuition fee, so you have to submit your application until June 1st. So you still have the time. And mid-year admission, we also have the mid-year admission, but actually for this year the deadline is already closed. The deadline opens on September, in the end of September. Here the mid-year admission usually only applicable for undergraduate programs, and it's only for tuition fee. The next, so we also have the master's programs, and the same as I mentioned in engineering technologies. And you can see in the School of Science and Humanities, we have business and management, residency programs, and so on. We have in some programs we have dual degree diplomas, like in Graduate School of Business we have dual degree diploma for undergraduate programs. So it's like 2 years study in Nazarbayev University and 2 years study in Hong Kong Technological University, HKUST. And after the graduation, the students, they get dual diplomas, 2 diplomas. Also we have dual degree diploma for School of Science and Humanities, the program Eurasian Studies, the 1-year master's degree program. The 1 semester the students study in Nazarbayev University. The 2nd semester they study in the SOAS University, the School of African Studies in London, in this university. So, and after the graduation, in 1 year, our students, they get a dual degree diploma. So, and here you can see the QR code and you can scan in order to know about the admissions updates and our contacts. If you have any additional information or something to ask from Nazarbayev University, please send the email to our applicant support center, to info admissions in EduKZ. So, and now we can continue with watching the video.
Hi there, and welcome to the Nazarbayev University Dormitory, the home for our students. This is the place where both local and international students reside, find friends, and enjoy an amazing student life. The skywalk connects the main campus to all dormitory blocks. In Astana's cold wind and freezing temperature, you don't need to go outside. Just go through the skywalk and you can access all dormitory blocks from here. The atrium of the dormitory blocks is not only a great place to study in groups, but also to spend time and have fun with your friends and dorm mates. Our students live in the best conditions designed to help them focus on their studies and student life. The rooms are equipped with everything for comfortable living, and the bathrooms are individual for each room. Each floor of the dormitory block has its own spacious kitchen, where students can cook their favorite meals and share it with their friends in a warm atmosphere. There is no need to leave the campus to go to the cinema, because we have a cinema hall right in here in the dormitory itself. From cozy movie nights to student club events, you can enjoy it all here. Each student club has their own room dedicated to club gatherings, discussion, and networking. You may design it as you want so it matches your club vibe. The dormitory never sleeps. You can either study with friends, chat, play board games, or chess as if you're in a Harry Potter movie. And if you're pulling an all-nighter, you can recharge at our coffee shops. In case you feel unwell, you can receive professional help in our health center, which is also located within the dormitory walls.
With any questions, concerns on dormitory experience, student events, and non-academic activities, you can always contact us, Department of Student Service. We are located in G7 dormitory blocks. You are welcome.
Living on campus at Nazarbayev University means you'll get comfort, community, and unforgettable experiences all in one place. This is our NU home.
Okay, so dear viewers, dear participants, thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming. So now we have our professor, Jiang Dong, and also we have our student. His name is Sandal. First of all, I wanted to mention for you that you can put your questions to our Q&A, and then we will answer your questions at the end with the representative of our admissions team. So we have our professor Jiang Dong, and you are the professor of Graduate School of Public Policy, right? No. Business, sorry, yeah. Yes. So I have a question. Could you please introduce yourself, first of all, yes, and share a little about your experience, actually, and what is your role here in Nazarbayev University?
Great. Sure. Thank you. So my name is Jiang Dong. I'm an assistant professor of entrepreneurship and strategy at NU's Graduate School of Business. I'm a native Chinese. I grew up in the city of Xi'an, which is the ancient capital of China, and when the original Silk Way was running. I studied in undergraduate program, the city of Hangzhou, which is the headquarters of Alibaba, of DeepSeek. And then I went on for my master program in the Erasmus Mundus program. I studied in Italy, Slovenia, and Budapest. After that, I fall in love with European culture, so I applied for PhD program again. One of the top business schools in Europe admitted me. That is called INSEAD. So it has one campus in Paris, the other campus in Singapore. So I spent my PhD time 3 years and here and 3 years there, balanced. Graduated and did my 1 year postdoc at Hong Kong, in Hong Kong Polytechnic University, and then I joined NUGSB. So here at NUGSB, my responsibility is as a researcher. I work on my research. Basically, that is about how China's unique state capitalistic system affect Chinese firm strategy at home and abroad. And I teach 2 courses. One is entrepreneurship. The other one is collaborative, effective collaboration with Chinese partners across several programs, executive MBA, and also BBA. That's about me.
Wow, it's very impressive. You're very also experienced. Thank you so much. And next question I have to our student. Yes, Sandal. Please tell about yourself. Where are you from? And in which program are you studying here? And what inspired you to apply to Nazarbayev University?
My name is Sandal Popov. I'm from Russia, particularly from Yakutia. It's a not very small republic, like but there is only 1 million people.
Mhm.
Yeah, and what brings me to Nazarbayev University? I chose the BBA program, like Bachelor of Business Administration. I chose it because I always thought about like entrepreneurship, also management, and maybe I will choose my path towards finance. It's one of the options in the BBA,
Mm.
along with the entrepreneurship and international business. So I would say that Kazakhstan has a really interesting culture, and that culture is really similar to ours. Um, like historically, we had some similar origins.
Mm.
So everything here kind of reminds me of Yakutia, but it's like separate country. It's more developed, so on. And Nazarbayev University is a unique case for me, for real, because it's like the best university in the state. So that makes Nazarbayev University a field where, for example, students that could like apply to like top of the top of the top in the world. Uh, some of them might have decided to stay at home, or some of them might have failed. So they just stay at home, and they personally, for me, create a like space for my self development. Also, the GSB, I heard that like the MBA programs, Masters of Business Administration, have been working since 2016 and was open uh, in like
2013? The school,
2013,
yes.
yeah. And they only recently opened their BBA program. So we are in the second cohort. And it's really interesting case because they had like uh, broad experience in EMBA and MBA 1st.
Mhm.
So uh, there is plenty of things to develop in the future.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. Okay, dear participants, as you can see, we have the student and professor from one school, from Graduate School of Business. So, and if you have any questions, not regarding only the school of Graduate School of Business, regarding other schools, regarding the requirements and education, and if you have personal questions to our student and professor, you can ask that in our Q&A chat. And so by the end of the interview, we can answer your questions. Okay, now we are moving forward to our professor,
Mhm.
Professor Jiang. How do you think? What is your philosophy of education? I mean, especially for international students.
Mhm. Great. Talking about international
Yeah.
students, we have Sandal here. He's from Russia, and in the past 7 years since I've been working
Mhm.
at NUGSB, I've had international students from America, Mexico, Uruguay, and also the neighboring country, China, India, Pakistan, Kyrgyzstan, Georgia. So it's a very international community. When it comes to the teaching philosophy for my students' body, for international students specific, the general philosophy is the same. It's a business education. It's practicality. It's about how to empower students so that students will feel they are not only capable of understanding the concepts, but they are comfortable, they are confident in exercising the ideas in reality.
Mhm.
So that's my overall philosophy. So how that is implemented in the teaching, so students gets the most benefit out of it, right? So it comes through real projects. So students in my entrepreneurship class, they work on their own entrepreneurial projects. So they bring exercise the different experiments in terms of convincing others about their business idea, in terms of capturing a significant part of the pie for themselves, how to design business model, in terms of how to manage their team relationship. All of these things are taught in this kind of a practical team projects, real world problems. So students at the end of the course, they always feel like, okay, it looks like a very complex problem for me before, and they didn't know where to get my hands on at first. And now it's a clearly segmented problem. I know where to start, how to progress, how to make myself perfect in this area. And also that kind of empowerment sometimes come from the power, as what Sandal has mentioned, of inspiration of our alumni. Occasional, from time to time, we would invite experienced alumni from certain area. Like the person might be an experienced venture capitalist, so they invest in high risk, high return startups, or a serial entrepreneur who has started his or her own business like consecutively. So when they come in, students look at this alumni, knowing that this person has taken the education here, has actually grown this far, and they immediately feel the emotional connection. They feel like, yeah, I can do that too. So this kind of empowerment, a real world challenge, a safe environment to test, to grow, and to learn is basically my essential teaching philosophy, and that's how I implement it.
Yeah, it's really very interesting, especially when you mentioned that alumni, their success, it can also be inspired. You can inspire by their success,
For
and they
sure.
can sometimes alumni they can do better than their, teachers.
Yeah, we
That
complement each other.
yes. And how do you think what competences and usually students do gain from you, from your course,
Right.
from your program for their future career
Right.
development. Yeah.
Right. So just now I give some example based on entrepreneurship class. And there's one thing I haven't touched on in the entrepreneurship context right now. We all hear about Higgsfield, the Kazakhstan, Central Asia's first unicorn, right? And so how that firm grow to that stage, how it actually interact with its venture, its investors.
Yeah.
It's a mystery for most students, right? So, but in our class, students get a chance to actually practice negotiation, real term sheet negotiation, like what young startups and venture capitalists actually negotiate on. So when they walk out of the classroom, they will be comfortable managing co-founder relationship. It's very often actually firm startup fail, not because of a poor product, but because they mismanage the relationship between friends and between co-founders. So we basically have a whole systematic approach of how to take that dynamic risk into consideration to manage relationship and business development, how to negotiate with your venture capitalists in a way you secure your best interest, meanwhile not to undermine the future relationship. It's not like I win, you lose. It's like we have to both get the best interest. Meanwhile, we still want to work with each other for the coming 3 years. So that's for sure one thing students will be confident gaining as skills coming out of the classroom, right? And there will be other things also teaching the China effective collaboration with Chinese partners. So there we have a lot of discussion, conceptual, theoretical discussion, and real world example about how our communication styles differ from the Kazakhstani style and the Chinese style, why the Chinese no doesn't look like no, right? How does different international partners build trust? Sometimes trust is built over a long range of time. Sometimes it has to be built before we start talking about business relationship. So those intercultural intelligence and cross-cultural collaboration is also some skills students take away from the other class I teach.
Yeah, it's very useful. Actually, you convinced me to study in GSB.
That's
It's
what I
really
always do.
interesting. Yeah, why not? So, okay, I have a question to Sandal. Sandal, what has been your favorite subject, your favorite course, and why?
Oh since I've been studying here from the one semester, I'm first year student. Uh, I would say it's all about like teachers, teaching styles, and your compatibility to teachers. So I would say it might be my WCS 150. My professor is Nurli Marshall, and I really enjoyed her classes.
Mm.
Uh, Not mainly because of the material, um, but because of the co-working. I really felt like being in a community, not just a bunch of random people
Yeah.
kept in class. The group works, the connection, collaboration, everything. It was just perfect, and it just it created the atmosphere of
Yeah.
secureness of like everything will be fine, and
Yeah.
you just do your best, and that's it.
Mhm.
But talking about like material wise, well,
Mm.
maybe it must be either business or introduction to microeconomics.
Mm.
But
Interesting.
business has to be broader because we have like our project development module, and then we have the quarter of finance, accounting, and I enjoy that they introduce things that are used in real world problems, in like business problem solving things, and it just really creates a fundamental for you to understand, to engage into this environment when you can continue development on your own, get to know things on your own. And I really like that business course also creates very good group work. We were divided into groups. We were like we had to work one way or another because it's like we all get the grade for it. Yeah, and I think that's it. I would say that the less people in the group, the better.
Mhm.
So in a business course, we are like 20 of us,
Yeah.
and also for WCS,
Mhm.
it's also 20 of us.
I'm sure, yeah, I'm sure that you have the great support from the professors
Mhm.
during your
Yes,
course, during your
yes.
studies. And I wanted to highlight to our also participants, to viewers, that we have different departments that also support our students. We have the Department of Career Advising Center. Yes, we have the Academic Advising Office for our students where they can take any also support or advice. And regarding yourself, how and you uh, supported you for your future career goals?
Well, again, as far as I can tell from the first semester, I would say that there is plenty of opportunities, like starting from job fairs,
Hmm.
then about the clubs
Yeah.
in Nazarbayev University. Clubs provide good networking. They also provide some kind of hackathons. Also, every student gets a mail invitation on some kind of opportunities and presentations or so on and so on. And also, what was the original question? Can you repeat?
So how Nazarbayev University supported your professional goals
Uh-huh.
and
So
supporting right now?
I can tell about also GSB
Hmm.
department because we have our coffee breaks with our uh, peers from second year BBA with you professors. And also, I heard that we will be connecting to our MBA students also, and it's going to be like very good experience in terms of talking and engaging into it.
Right. So Sandal and I was just talking. Sandal proactively already asked about internship opportunity.
Hmm.
So normally in GSP's program, we, as Sandal has already highlighted, we started kind of school, and we have already our EMBA alumni, MBA alumni. They're either the top executive at the top national, international companies here in Kazakhstan, or rising middle management in
Hmm.
this company. So we promise our students, actually, upon you finish the first year, we'll actually connect students with our alumni to land you on some of the most valuable internship opportunity. That's something we were
Yeah.
already discussing outside.
Yeah, the internship opportunity really helps to support the student in their career goals in order to, and also they can also ask the from our academic advising office, from our career advising office
That's
about
right.
the internship opportunities, and our students has a great ability to work even in the undergraduate programs. So
Also, also we have exchange students,
yes.
exchange programs.
Mhm.
Like in GSB, we all have opportunity because it's a small group. We get
Yeah.
all of us get opportunity to be an exchange student.
Yeah.
and recent connection with the HQST.
That's
Is
right.
it recent, right?
Yeah, Hong Kong
Yeah,
University of Science
Hong
and
Kong.
Technology.
Yes, 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 correct. And it's also wonderful, and I would really like to be an exchange student there. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really interesting. You'll get the great opportunity to go there to get the new experience and to go back. Of course, this is
Yeah.
actually for our students. This is very great. They can study here, they receive good quality education, international standard of education, and then also to see how to study abroad. This is really great for our students here.
It's
And
a
we have,
trampoline.
ye-
Trampoline, yeah.
yeah,
If you want to switch countries, or
yeah,
if you are
yes, something.
originated from Kazakhstan and you want to go, for
Yeah,
example, to Japan, I have already seen the
yeah.
cases. They just go as exchange student to Japan, and then they graduate. Then
Mhm.
they already have experience studying there or maybe working there, and
Yeah, yeah. And now we have around 8,000 students in Nazarbayev University. And we also have international students. And I have the final questions for both of you. The first question is, how do you think, what makes the NU the special place for international students here?
Mm-hmm.
So who will be the
the
first?
community,
Yeah, community.
100% the community. Uh, I get that here are all the things for international development. Like classes are taught in English. They create team buildings for international students. I get it, but the community is the most important in Nazarbayev University, because people here are really open-minded. They are always friendly. They are open to other cultures, and also, like, I have my friend. He is from China, and I really enjoy studying with him. And it doesn't really matter where are you from. It's just going to be interesting talk with the person who from another culture, and there is not going to be any problem connecting with them.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So, what do you think?
So, in my perspective, as a faculty member from the Graduate School of Business, I look at economic opportunity, business opportunity. I would say that Nazarbayev University is located at a very strategic place, because if we look at the global economy right now, Asia and Europe, and two big continents, they actually now contribute to roughly 60% of the global GDP, just nominal terms. If we look at the GDP, PPP, purchasing power parity, that's even higher. So 2/5 of global economy is generated by this big continental plate, that Kazakhstan in the middle of it. If we look at GDP growth, that's even more amazing. So basically, Asia, you will see India, China, Japan, several Asian economies rising to the top 5 globally very soon. And if we look at the growth of GDP globally, Asia and Europe together contribute to more than 2/3. So that's where the economic opportunity comes from. And Kazakhstan is right in the middle of it. Right now, there's a lot of physical, digital infrastructure connecting the West with the East. So everyone's talking about the middle corridor and other exciting infrastructures. The very strategic location of Kazakhstan make it the perfect economic bridge between all these opportunities. And Nazarbayev University, being one of the top university in the whole region, stands out with all these potential opportunities in terms of economic, scientific, and other professional growth opportunities. So I see that as a perfect kind of a pitch for why international students would, consider Nazarbayev University in this region as an interesting choice with all the global universities that is also competing in the future talent pool of economic development. Right.
Okay. And what advice would you give to prospective students who are considering to study abroad? For example, for international students, applicants who are watching us and they're considering to study in Nazarbayev University.
Yes. So when I was once an international student, like Sanao is now, that was 2008. So that was already 17 years ago.
Mm.
Uh, I remember by then, I was so nervous taking on my first international trip by myself. I was always almost feeling relieved the moment I couldn't find a used hotel to stay. I was like, oh, I don't need to go, right? Almost feeling relieved. You could see how nervous I was by then. I also remember how fast my heart was pumping when it's my turn to introduce myself in the class when I was first in the international program. Uh, would it help me? Like, will help other international students as you step out of your comfort zone? Is that all of those fears, this imaginary boundaries, will eventually becoming fading away naturally, and you'll be going to new territories at ease. As you can see me now, that in the past I was so nervous to speak, and now I have a problem of stopping, right? I could keep talking as an educator, so that's my other problem. So I would encourage you also to step out of your comfort zone, consider challenge yourself with international opportunities, and you will see the world is much bigger, and your limit is actually much higher than perhaps once you imagined for yourself.
Mhm.
That's how I see it.
Yeah, and Sandal, what advice you
Wonderful.
can give to the applicants or students from your hometown?
Well, if you're already planning to enter Nazarbayev University, I would say that's a good choice. It's not a mistake. It still depends on your major, on your career choice. But I would say that you are going to enjoy the experience. And if you are uh, afraid of like not getting scholarship, uh, it might turn out to be a lot easier than you thought. So you really should try. Use your time wisely. If you are, if you have, if you are still in your high school, you have plenty of time to prepare for your exams. Would it be like NUET, SAT, IELTS, anything? You have plenty of time. Trust me. Being a student, it's kind of tough and kind of good and kind of easy, but compared to school, at school you have plenty of free time. So and choose your major wisely. You have to fully understand what and why you are learning, because if you will realize that you don't like your major on a third course, it's not going to be really good, and you can't blame university about it. So yeah, and Nazarbayev University also has a program of foundation. So it's a program where you can apply without a major, when you can connect to other Nazarbayev University students, to alumni, to participate in all the things that happen in university, and then you can decide what major you want to take,
Mhm.
and also apply for scholarship. That's really good place for networking.
Yeah. And I have one final question for both of you. If you would describe and you could describe the NU in one word, what it would be and why?
Okay, I'll go. Uh, I have been at Nazarbayev University for the past 7, 8-ish years, right? So with my experience with NU, I think the word I would use to capture NU is dynamic. Why am I using this word? Why this one popped up in my mind is because I see this university evolving, improving on constant basis. I see, for example, I think everyone here attending this webinar and probably has been aware that NU, as one of the youngest university in the world, is now on top of the most prestigious list of the world's top 500 university, and the trend is that NU will be rising very soon to a much higher stance in this ranking. This is just, a snapshot of how things are changing. As someone who has been with NU for these years, I also observe other interesting dynamic dimension of it. So we always have interesting new research about, in my area, how Kazakhstani and Chinese business partners overcome different cultural and institutional challenges. And my colleague, recently I learned one of my colleagues is launching a project trying to study how Abai and Confucius, their different philosophy, thinkings, and their reasonings links the people across these two different nations tightly together. Some very exciting, kind of unique research we see emerging, growing on the ground. And obviously, we also talked about other dynamic dimension, the new exciting partnerships. Here, me and Sandal, we are both from the Graduate School of Business. We mentioned about collaboration with Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. It's not only about our school. I know that my colleague in the SSH, another department in the university, they have recently launched a joint degree program with University of London, a joint degree master program on global affairs and Euro-Asian studies, right? So it goes back to the point I mentioned earlier. So this is University of London. This is the best university in Hong Kong. They're on the two ends of this Europe and Asia, two continents, and they all converge towards us because they see the emerging opportunity there. That's what I see as the dynamic dimension of NU, constantly evolving and getting better, connect with other promising partners to push ourselves to get even better over the years.
Interesting.
Yes, very interesting. Would you like to say?
Like a student, like a recent high schooler, for me, university is a kind of different because you're a professor and you have much broader sight vision on it. I would describe it as connection because from being a high schooler, when you have your limited like your high school students, your teachers, and that's it. And I switched to Nazarbayev University, and for me is truly connection because uh, last 4 months I have connected various types of people. I have connected to PhD students, to master students. A lot of them were working at the laboratory, at the lab, research assistants, full-time workers or something. Uh, Also, my peers at they also have interesting backgrounds. Many of them have their business opportunities that are interesting to me. Also, perspective of other majors. You are being collected with the people with like you have almost the same worldview, and you're all collected in your school. For example, for us, it's GSB, and it's interesting to observe people from other majors, from other schools, SSH, mining, geosciences, and so on, and also the clubs, the everything in the university. It's it is about connection. Also to staff, and I have participated in photo shoot for yeah. It's me
Yeah.
actually.
You're
Yeah.
a very
Yeah.
active student.
Yeah, and I really enjoy connecting also to Nazarbayev University's staff.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Very interesting interview. I think our guests they will agree with that. Very inspired. I mean, so much interesting stories from you. It's very impressive, and your personal experience that makes everyone to be inspired by your like philosophy. it's very interesting. The philosophy of how you teach, the philosophy of how do you see and how do you considering the education here, being like an international student, right? It's a very great, very good information for today's, and I think it was very useful for our viewers. And I already saw that we have a lot of questions, but regarding the questions are especially I mean connected with the requirements, with the programs and so on, and we definitely answer the questions. And I wanted to read one comment so from one person. Good afternoon, dear panelists. My name is Dago Bertrand, a senior technician in rural engineering. I'm 34 years old, originally from Cameroon, and currently reside in Cameroon. I'm interested in pursuing my studies at your magnificent institution. Given its worldwide reputation, it would be an honor. Thank you so much. This is, yes, we have lots of comments and lots of questions and from you and all the kind words. Thank you so much for your kind words and for viewing our info session. And now we are continuing with the next video. After the video, our representative of admissions team will join us and will answer all your questions. Thank you so much for your attention.
Welcome to the Athletic and Sports Center, where every Nazarbayev University community member can develop strength, skill, and endurance, balancing between active daily life and academic studies. This place is made for everyone to feel inspired and motivated, offering numerous opportunities to develop their skills in swimming, tennis, dancing, fencing, or find a retreat in yoga and Zumba classes. Let me take you on a tour to see what's inside. Our 50-meter pool has 10 lanes and regularly hosts student competitions. The university swim team trains here under the guidance of professional coaches. This hall is designed for football, basketball, and volleyball. It features spectator stands, creating an energetic atmosphere during student matches and trainings. Attached to the multi-purpose hall, the climbing wall is actively used by the student climbing club. Routes vary in difficulty to suit all skill levels. Located on the third floor, the yoga studio is equipped with mirrors and all necessary gear for group and individual practice. Here, you can sign up to yoga, stretching, Pilates, and Zumba classes. The gymnastics hall features wall-to-wall carpet flooring and essential equipment such as mats, beams, blocks, and bars. It supports training for both beginners and advanced gymnasts. We have 2 squash courts for fast-paced racket sports. Our tennis courts provide high-quality surfaces for dedicated tennis training and play. Now, let's move on to the Sports Center, designed for versatility, team sports, and individual training. The Sports Center houses 2 large multipurpose halls used for team practices, recreational games, various martial arts, and the gym. This area offers cardio machines, strength equipment, and free weights, ideal for students training independently or with coaches. Equipped with punching bags, gloves, and mats, the boxing room is perfect for sparring and technical drills. Students practice speed, precision, and reaction in the fencing hall, guided by experienced instructors. Our dance studio features professional flooring, mirrors, and sound systems, hosting a variety of dance and movement classes. Together, the athletic and sports centers create the perfect environment for staying active, building strength, or balancing life. Whether you want to play your favorite sport, try something new, or simply keep moving, this is the place to push further, train smarter, and grow stronger.
Hello, dear participants, and we are continuing our online open day. So, and now we are with the representative of our admissions team, as I mentioned. His name is Kazbek. Okay, Kazbek, we have already some questions from our audience, and I will read you some questions, and you can still put your question to the Q&A. So the first is, hello, I would like to inquire about the master's program in civil engineering. Could you please tell me if I have a bachelor's degree in this field, I'm eligible to apply for a government-funded grant master's program at your institution? I can answer this question. Yes, if you are considering the master degrees programs, you can, of course, you will already have your bachelor degree. You can apply to the master's program for the scholarships. So for full scholarships, all you need is just to register in the admissions portal of Nazarbayev University, admissions.nu.edu.kz, and you are making your personal account. After creation your personal account, you can see the application form that you should to fulfill and to upload all the necessary documents. The information about the documents will be in the instruction. What do you need to upload? So, and of course, if you have the bachelor degree, no matter which kind of degree, you can still apply to, even if you are applying to the different degree of master's program, you can apply to the full scholarships, to be considered for the full scholarships. And the minimum requirements for the full scholarships, please, Kazbek, could you tell about the minimum requirements overall for master's degree programs?
Yeah, of course. So we will consider set school, as your question was about the engineering. So mostly we require the bachelor's degree, of course, and the CGPA of your degree should be higher than 2.5 out of 4. Then there is a language requirement, English language requirement. So you need to pass IELTS exam. The overall it should be 6, writing 6, and other sections can be 5.5. But you can be exempted from the IELTS if your previous institution, like for example your bachelor's degree, was in English.
Mhm. Thank you so much. And now we can move to the next question. So the next question is, so hi, I'm interested in world languages and literature with a plan to take a minor in LLL and Spanish studies. I'm also considering continuing into cognitive science of neuroscience in the future, so I'd love to ask a few questions, of course. The first one, does the VLL program allow students to concentrate on a specific areas such as cognitive linguistics, translation studies, or cultural studies? This question is really interesting. Actually, language literature, this is the School of Science and Humanities. School of Science and Humanities provides different programs, undergraduate, graduate, doctoral programs, and all the information that regarding the course descriptions, even for each course, for each major that you can choose, you can also see on the website ssh.nu.edu.kz, and we will put this website on our chat box in order for you to follow this and to see the more specific information about the major, because we have a lot of courses, we have a lot of schools and majors, and each major has its own description in order for application. So, and I would like to remind that today we can answer the questions regarding the application and how can you apply and what can provide and what are the what makes the Nazarbayev University really special. And of course, we can answer all your specific questions through our email also. And you can also write to our admissions and also to the schools specifically regarding the specific questions. So, and now we are continuing with the next question. Okay. Just a second. Good afternoon, dear. Just a second. Yes, one more. Okay. Good day. I'd like to know if there are any scholarships for master's degree, and please specify which scholarship. So, as I mentioned before, we have the full scholarships, 100% scholarships for international students, and also we provide the governmental scholarships for local students from Kazakhstan. And there will be the different competitions for it because the scholarships are different. So if you are the citizen of Kazakhstan, you are taking part in separate competition for governmental scholarship. If you are the international student, you are taking part in the international competition for international students for the scholarships of Nazarbayev University, not governmental, but Nazarbayev University scholarships that named Abay Kunanbayev scholarships. And in order to apply, you need to, of course, if we are considering the undergraduate programs, for example, so you have to have your IELTS or TOEFL results first of all to provide, and secondly your subject test exam. The subject test, it's a category that you have to choose. So first of all, you can choose SAT, or also we have our internal exam, Nazarbayev University entrance test exam, that which is usually provided for local students. But if you are able to come to any of the cities of the Kazakhstan in Kazakhstan, so you can come and to submit the Nazarbayev University entrance test during the period. So, and also if you have your IB diploma, for example, you were study in specific schools that provide the the international baccalaureate program, or maybe A level. So we are also considering the results of A level and IB. So we have different options. So, and first of all, if you are considering for undergraduate degree, you have to submit two exams, language and subject tests. Secondly, if you are considering the master's degree programs, it specifically depends on the programs that you are applying to. First of all, general, that all schools, they need the overall your GPA results that should be minimum 2.5, and you're of course providing your IELTS or TOEFL exam results. But for master's degrees, the IELTS or TOEFL, if for example you're an international student, and you study for example in an English native school, so you don't need to and you graduated the university with the English native, so you don't need to submit the IELTS results, right? As I understand. So because you already had your education, for example, in bachelor degree, in undergraduate degree in English, so you just provide the confirmation, and you don't need to submit IELTS exams in this case. But it's only for postgraduate programs. For undergraduate programs, it doesn't matter. Anyways, you even if you studied in schools in English, in high schools in English, anyways, you have to submit your IELTS or TOEFL exam results. So, and the second question, what is the full list of requirements and deadlines to apply to those grants and scholarships? So, again, it depends on the program that you're applying. First of all, if it's undergraduate program, so it's quite simpler. You are fulfilling the application form, uploading your IELTS TOEFL results. But IELTS TOEFL results you upload after the submitting your application form. In order to apply, so first of all, you're creating your personal account, you fulfill the application form, you are uploading your, for example, original passport and the your high school diploma if you have it already. But if you don't have your high school diploma, and for example you're still studying, it's not a problem. You can upload the school certificate that you are last year student of the high school, and that'll be fine, it'll be enough. But and the sample of the certificate is uploaded also in your personal account with the instruction that you can find in your so personal account of admissions Nazarbayev University portal. And we also will put the portal website address admissions.nu.edu.kz to our chat box. So this is related to undergraduate programs, and for foundation the same, right? And master's programs will be depend again from on the programs. So, and the next question, I think that,
Okay.
hi, I'm interested in the PhD in business administration. What funding or scholarships are applicants again? Who is the best contractor for international visa inquiries? Interesting. Okay. You can answer about the scholarships, and I can tell about the international visa inquiries.
Okay, so basically for the PhD students, it's the same. The same logic applies about scholarships. They have the Nazarbayev scholarship, which is merit based. So you also participate in the competition, and I will mention some of the requirements for the PhD programs. So for PhD, the CGPA for the masters should be, particularly in graduate school of business, 2.75 or higher, and also the IELTS requirement is higher in PhD programs. It's 6.5 overall and 6 in each section. But of course, the exemption also exists for the PhD programs as well. Also, I would like to mention some other requirements, because for the graduate schools, there might be some additional requirements based on the school or program. So for PhD, there is GRE or GMAT required as a test. What else? For all PhD programs, we have recommendation letters. So you need to have 2 recommendees who write the recommendation letters about you. And of course, the research proposal for the PhD in business administration is required. It's about 1,500 2,000 words. So please do your research. We have separate from our main website, we have also websites of our schools, and usually they have the faculty list. So you can research, have some information about what is their work, like which studies do you usually present, or maybe what is the topic of their research. So it will be very helpful for you to be prepared in advance. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Kazbek. And we have the next question related to the application deadlines for the scholarships.
Okay. So basically for there are categories for the undergraduate and foundation programs. So the deadlines are based on the category. And I think, unfortunately, for NUET category, the deadline ended today, if I'm not mistaken. But for the other categories in scholarships, no matter if you're a local citizen or maybe you're an international student, most categories are January 28th, with the opportunity to provide your IELTS results until the February 12th. So until the end of the day, if we're talking about the IELTS results, and the application form ends by 2 p.m. in Astana time. So there is some difference between that. Please be aware of it. What about the master's application? So the majority of programs, the application ends on February 13th, 2 p.m. in Astana time, and you can provide your IELTS, GRE, GMAT until the February 24th. For the PhD programs, if we are talking about scholarships, there is a difference, but between the locals and international applicants, but it's March, so please be aware of that and prepare in advance, as I said.
Thank you so much, Kazbek. Okay, we have the next question. I have a bachelor degree in 2 foreign languages, and I'm thinking about changing my field of study when applying for a master's program. With my background, which programs, economics, finance, business, or data analytics, would you recommend? And what are my chances of switching to a different program? This is interesting. We have to, I think that, so you are not this is not from the student of Nazarbayev University, right? Because
so,
it's someone. So with your background, you can apply actually to any of the programs. It depends on you, which area is specifically interesting for you. So you mentioned that economics, finance, and business. So if you are interested in economics, you can apply to the School of Science and Humanities. Yeah, so when you're choosing, for example, in the I mean, when you're choosing the program of masters, you can at the same time to send two applications, because we have also, you mentioned that we have finance and business. So the graduate school of business, they provide these majors. So the majors that you mentioned are from different schools. First of all, economics is School of Science and Humanities, and graduate school of business, it's finance and business. If you would like to be considered for two of schools, for example, for these majors, and would like to apply and to be considered even for tuition fee or for the scholarships, it doesn't matter. You can apply for two programs if we are talking about the masters, I mean. So if we are talking about the master's programs, you can apply for two schools. If we talk about the undergraduate programs, you can put, you don't need to submit two application forms. You just put in one application form two majors, and you can choose a School of Science and Humanities and School of Business, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, right?
Yes, I would also like
Yeah.
to add that for the undergraduate programs, the first choice, you will be mostly considered by your first choice. And regarding the original question about the restrictions in your field, for the masters, like the graduate programs, there might be, for example, in School of Medicine, they might be looking for someone in medical background. But other than that, we don't have restrictions about where you can apply. And at maximum, you can apply to two graduate programs. So you will create separate application forms and pay separate application fee for that.
Yeah. And we have next question. Hello, I'm in the 11th grade. I registered on New Year, right when it was open before the deadline. And I was told that they would send it to the post office, but nothing came. Then I called them and they told me that I was late and I had no any chance anymore. What to do? Okay, that's
Okay. Can you repeat the question?
yes.
Because I
So
didn't-
I think that the attendee is from the 11th grade, she mentioned, and
Okay.
she registered for New Year, right when it was open before the deadline. And then she was told that they would do, that they would send it to the post office. Interesting.
It's very interesting.
Because, you know, Nazarbayev University entrance test usually conducted in February months. So there is nothing to send through the post office. Just if you have any questions, you can put your question to our info or undergraduate admissions at NU.edu.kz to send your email, and our admissions team, they will answer your question regarding the situation with the category. Because if you applied this year, so we didn't have the New Year exam yet, so today is the last day, is I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
So
yeah.
today is the last day and you can still apply for Nazarbayev University entrance test. Because it's only application, you have to submit it everything on time. After the deadline, the application forms will not be considered. So please send us your question. I mean, what was the real situation in order for us to understand. The next one, which of these masters have scholarships for locals 2026 admissions? So the first MBA, second Eurasian Studies, Political Science, MPAs, thank you. Which of masters have scholarships? So we have scholarships for all masters programs, and except MBA.
In this list particularly, yeah.
Yes,
the
in this
MBA,
list.
doesn't have.
Yes,
scholarships.
MBA doesn't have, but other schools, they have the so you can apply to the scholarships by choosing the schools of Nazarbayev University. So as you mentioned, we have the School of Science and Humanities, so we have School of Engineering and Digital Science, we have School of Medicine, we have Graduate School of Public Policy, Graduate School of Business, and Graduate School of Education. You have to choose one of the schools in the list that when you are creating your application form in our portal admissions.nu.edu.kz, you will see the list of the programs that we have, the list of schools that you can choose. You can choose your major, and then you will fulfill the appropriate application form for the majors. And after fulfilling the application form, you upload the necessary documents. It can be essay, it can be a work experience, it can be your CV, and also we for master's programs we are also additionally asking for recommendation letters for and recommendation letters will be asked by the admissions team directly to the person that you mentioned who can give you the recommendation letter. So and I think that, let me check the questions. So I think that we answered majority of the questions.
Yes, to add to your answer, I would
Yeah.
say that there are differences in some of the additional documents regarding master's and PhD programs. So, for example, as you mentioned about recommendation letters, it's mostly in graduate schools, business, public policy, and also some of the programs in SSH, for example, or maybe SETS, for example, Master of Engineering Management, then Political Science and International Relations and Eurasian Studies. They also have recommendation letters.
Yeah, it actually depends on the program that the applicant choose, right?
Yeah, I think that for the graduate programs, it's very necessary to research the, like we have the requirements on our website, so it's be very attentive about looking for the list of requirements and knowing for sure, like for 100%, that you have everything ready for the master's programs.
And thank you so much for your time, dear participants. Thank you so much for your interesting questions. Still, you can put your questions to our info admissions at nu.edu.kz. Please send us your questions also by email if we haven't answered your questions today. So and regarding the specific information about the majors, you can also find the specific questions on the course descriptions on the website of on our main website, and you can follow our schools on the main website, and you will see the schools schools websites that we also have for each one. And one more question. I'd like to ask a follow-up regarding my previous question. If I change my field of study for a master's program to a program I haven't previously completed, what are my chances of getting scholarship, or does this not affect it? Regarding the majors.
Regarding the majors,
Yeah.
well, the admission committee will look for your documents. So, as I mentioned before, there is a bachelor degrees diploma with the CGPA. There's also an English requirement. Some programs require recommendation letters. You also need to put the CV, for example, in some programs. So each document for the graduate programs is necessary for review, and it's better to have as I mentioned before, research the program. How does your view align like with the studies that you want to pursue? So try to show yourself in the best possible way, and also please, if you have a statement of purpose, for example, then put all the necessary information, all the necessary experience that you had that may help you with this application. So if you know yourself, and if you will put all the necessary information, you have a pretty decent chance to apply to our programs.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Kazbek. Thank you so much, dear viewers, participants, for joining today's online info session. It was really very interesting to answer your questions and to listen to our speakers. Thank you so much. And please follow our website and also our social media that we have. We have our Instagram, which is quite popular, and we have our LinkedIn and Facebook. You can put Nazarbayev University